Um, Hello guys. Uh, I'm kind of trying to start my YouTube channel in a much more orthodox sense, if that is okay. I mean, in this I'm not going to advertise my YouTube channel, nor I'm going to tell it to my friends. Oh, I do want to tell it to my friends, but I'm not going to. The reason for this is I would like to test the YouTube algorithm, in which I'm going to change the thumbnail and maybe flourish. Maybe it reaches to more people, and then if it reaches to more people, it will usually advertise itself, and eventually, I'm hoping that my friends will accidentally click on my video, and then they will discover that I have a YouTube channel, for which I would like to apologize that I didn't share it with you. Is just for some reasons that I just wanted to test. So you guys are free to advertise my channel if you find good content. Obviously, the first criticism that I would receive is the lack of poor editing. I don't know editing as of yet. I will learn it. I will learn for sure. I might try to edit this video and post it, but it will have no introduction. It will have no ending, or lack of proper music, and background effects will be a lot. I know I need a bit of grooming to be on a YouTube channel, but this is, I've been planning since a lot of time. This will be raw. You will hear the background noises, everything, and definitely in future videos I will make sure that everything is up to the point. And I also like to tell you that my second video, which totally depends on how this video goes, and obviously even if this doesn't do well, I will post the second video. It is about logical fallacies, which I will post. It has one or two few problems in which the editing is not that good, and but the content is decent enough, and the content being decent enough, I will try to re-edit that video and add maybe an introduction or something. And speaking of which, this video might be 12 or 13 minutes long. I will basically give you my base introductions and everything, and on giving that, I'm going to tell you that I'm a law student. I'm currently pursuing my LLM Masters in Law, and I'm much more interested in maths, quantum physics, logic, philosophy, theology, and a lot of other concepts. So that is the reasoning over here. I'm going to give a brief introduction of what all topics that I know, so that you will get an idea of what all I might cover in this YouTube channel in the future days. And to be honest, this is basically I'm doing to increase my knowledge about creativity and to increase my knowledge about math and quantum physics. Hopefully, that will be in a long run. Okay, the second aspect that I would love to share with you is that I'm a magician. I'm a sleight of hand artist, and I play mostly with cards. So that is what is my area, and math has inspired me to come up with a lot of new card tricks, which will be eventually seen in this channel. And first, it is more important that I tell you about magic and my style. I'm trying to combine physics or mathematics into magic and maybe possibly amaze you. I'll not restrict the secrets of my trade, not reveal them, but I'll definitely show you. And some magic tricks which I can tell you, I'll show it to you, so you can go ahead and amaze your friends. So that is sort of my aim over here. Secondary aim, that is, I would learn more sleight of hands and more tricks, because you guys serve as a motivation, or the video serves as a motivation for me to upload and learn about maths, physics, and theology, philosophy, and various other things, which mainly, because of the lack of motivation, many people tend not to pursue. The second thing is that I would like to tell you is about vacuum, right? The thing about vacuum is in Earth there have been created ultra lightning vacuum which has 100 air particles per cubic centimeters, and if you go beyond the Earth you will see there are 10 air particles per cubic centimeters, and if you leave solar system there is maybe 1 or 2 particles per cubic centimeter, but intergalactic space has maybe 1 particle or 2 particles per cubic meter. I mean entirely, even if you ask the question where the vacuum, where is the actual vacuum where you will find 0 particle per cubic centimeters or kilometers, actually never, because gravitational waves, radio waves are kind of waves which has no masses, are all over around us, and moreover there are virtual particles which keep on springing from time to time, even now, even in our even besides us. And speaking of virtual particles, I have a trick where the card appears out of nowhere. I will cue that trick with horrible aspect ratio because it's uploaded on Instagram. I will leave a link to my page down below, so you can see the trick right now. Of a cheating demonstration than a magic demonstration. I have 3 cards with me, and of those 3 cards, the first card is the Joker, and as the deck has 2 identical Jokers, here's the second Joker, and the third card is the Ace of Spades. Your job is to follow the Ace of Spades. Now, if I place the Ace of Spades in below, where would you say the Ace of Spades is? Below, right? But as you know, I cheat. Bottom is the Joker. More astute of you might assume that I have Ace of Spades on the top. Well, you might be wrong. I have the Joker on the top. But you might also assume that I have Ace in between. But no, it's the Joker. What if I say you were right all along? The Ace of Spades was at the bottom. Now the top card is the Joker, right? But again, the top card here is the Ace of Spades. Now, in between, there is also Ace of Spades. How can that be possible, right? That you need to assume that I have more than 3 cards, but as you can clearly see, I have 1, 2, and 3 cards. But in all these 3 cards, the first card that I have is the Joker, second card I have the Ace of Spades, and the third card I have would be the Joker, right? No, it's the Queen of Diamonds. Now, coming to the one of the most important aspects of this YouTube channel, the name. My name is Ramna Shankar, and this YouTube name is Max Manhattan. I have a gaming name that I have been stuck with for say a long time, and using that gaming name I have another sort of implications regarding that. I would rename this channel as M Square, and the reason I would do that, it's like m raised to 2, which defines a squaring of something. A squaring of something is basically you try to find out the area of a square. If there is a square with its length 5, the area is 5 square, that is 25, and that is how you come to the exponential part of the equation, and I would like to call it, because it's maths and magic squared. Maybe there are many other factions like logic. I will obviously draw up a square. In one quadrant there would be maths, in one other quadrant magic, another quadrant logic, another quadrant will be philosophy, and maybe science, and overall it all falls under the concept of logic. So this is where my area tends to be. And second of all, I would like to tell you one of the most important things about squaring, that is, you name it as a square, but when you name this as a square, you kind of fall short of an explanation of why this square is associated with a square. If I think in the perspective of quadratic equation, it also has an x square or a y square or any variable times square, and it gives competing values. Maybe one x is 5 and another x is 6. That is a difference. When you take square into a form of a quadratic equation, which is aptly named because of quadrilateral, because of 4 sides. A square has 4 sides, a rectangle has 4 sides, parallelogram, rhombus, name any quadrilateral, it has 4 sides, and it can be aptly put into the aspects of a quadratic equation. And while finding a quadratic equation, you basically, like for example rectangle 5 into 3, you multiply that 5 into 3 basically gives you 15, and you get the area of a rectangle. And that is how a quadrilateral is made. And my entire discovery, or the entire reason I'm calling it m squared, because I sort of represent a quadrilateral, maybe a rectangle, maybe a square. And by this I would like to share my knowledge. And by sharing this piece of knowledge, I hope you also will learn a lot of things. But the more important aspect that I would like to focus over here is, I'm going to make sections regarding this. The first section will be episodes about maths. Purely I will teach you maths. I forgot to add that I've been a math teacher since past 4 years. And I don't just teach maths, I'm also sort of try to understand the logic behind the maths, because that is what is the reasoning for me opening this channel, to explore more logic. The second reason is the second thing is, I like logic a lot. I mean, for example, you might have seen me repeating logic at least 5 billion times because I do appreciate logic. So I will post episodes about maths, I'll post episodes about logic, I'll post episodes about magic, and explain some of the magic which I'm allowed to. But physics, theology, and other philosophy would fall under the category of etc. I would not name them. I will create a playlist for them, but I will not name them in particular. We will upload there. If I learn a lot, I'll definitely open an episode for that, because magic, maths, and logic will obviously have an episode of them. And maybe seasons. And every season I'll try and focus on a particular aspect and giving a different outlook on each other. For example, maybe logic fallacies and a different other fallacies, and the reason behind those fallacies will come from the economic point of view. Maybe poverty paradox is one of the most interesting topics that I recently learned, which I will tell you about it in upcoming videos. Not exactly sure when I'll make them, but that is how the direction for this channel will be. And the second thing is, I would also explain some aspects of economics. Before law, I used to do bachelor's in commerce. I learned about economics, even though it is no use for me. But economics is, I think, in my opinion, very useful to a lot of people, and the world runs in that. And in economics, there is this famous theory, and the theory that I love is game theory. Maybe there is a bias because I like games, and that is the reason for it. But game theory basically suggests that there should be an equilibrium in which basically it considers the benefit for everybody rather than a single person, though it might seem that the benefit is being given to one single person. For example, I'm making this YouTube channel, barring the money aspects, I'm getting the benefit of knowledge. I will learn, I will present, I will learn editing, and in return you get to know another perspective into a lot of things, about maybe maths, maybe philosophy, maybe logic, and many other things. And due to this, I hope to grow and meet other famous YouTubers also, and collab with them, maybe make a reaction video which dive into the funny aspects of the world. If assuming this channel grows exponentially, pardon the pun, I would make a new channel for different aspects, and maybe you can subscribe to them and support me in that aspect. So that is what is my aim for this channel. It is basically, obviously, to educate you is the part that I would really love, because I like educating people, and the reason I'm doing LLM is to become a professor. But the another reason that I'm doing this is sort of to learn many things of my own, because if I have to present, I obviously have to be somewhere or the other right, and in order to do that, I will learn. And that are my closing remarks. I would like, what to video now because I've been walking with this and I don't want to get hit by a bus or something. And second, it's nightfall, so the video quality is degrading for sure. And my hand is getting tired holding a mini tripod. Obviously, you would expect a lot of changes if this channel grows exponentially. I would buy better equipment, and even as we speak, I've started to learn about editing, and due to budgetary constraints, I'll be honest with you, I have to too highly about what are the restrictions. Do bear with the criticisms, do bear with the inconsistencies, and I promise to fix those later videos, except for the second, which has logic, which I made anyway. So thank you guys, and please do share it, and maybe we'll become good friends. And thank you. Have a great day.